All right, here we go.
All right, we just watched the Supergirl trailer.
The second trailer, technically.
The second trailer.
Yeah, it was about 2.5 minutes long or something. It was pretty long for a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to start?
I guess you're going to start.
Right, I'm going to start because my rant is going to start with the Superman from the last summer.
Well, we're going to have to do a backup and talk about the Superman movie. This is not a Superman movie review.
No.
But you weren't a fan.
I was not a fan.
And I understand what they were doing. There's some things I didn't like about it. Specifically, okay, here we go down the rabbit hole of Superman.
We got to do it.
We got to do Superman. Forget the trailer. Maybe we'll come back to the trailer. But
this is how most of our conversations go anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So, look, they were trying to go not dark. They were trying to get away. They wanted to be the goody two-shoes Superman again, right? So they're trying to bring him back. But what I didn't like, because I've been a Superman fan since I could read a comic book, man. I mean, he's my guy.
So I was never a fan of DC Comics in general. But Superman, I don't know how old I was when Christopher Reeve was Superman, 7 or 8.
What's that?
That movie was fantastic.
But see, I predate that, and say I collected. I was an only child. What else I got to do? I collected comic books, so so I had like 6,000 comic books by the time it was all said and done. But specifically Superman in particular, and I still have all the Superman ones. But I dropped off, I want to say, somewhere probably around the late 70s. Okay. Right? Because, you go off to college, and blah, blah, and all the things. And so I'm more of the, what do they call it, golden age, or what, the silver age, or whatever they called that. I tapped out before they turned Superman dark, and they started having all the parallel universe crap and all that stuff. So what I didn't like about this movie that still sticks in my craw, the Superman movie, is the idea that Jor-El sent him there to take over the Earth.
That was a divergent from
to me. It's divergent to anything that I knew for sure, and I don't know if they played around that in the multiverse stuff or what. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, I was there were two main things that I didn't care for.
Yeah.
So number one is they did this whole thing. Now again, it's the ideal of Superman,
right.
And first off, he spends the whole movie getting his ass kicked.
Yeah,
right?
True.
Like, he's just getting housed the whole movie.
Right.
Is he pulling punches? Whatever. But then he also does that thing where, well, I'm fallible, and I question myself, and it's like, that's not what I'm going in to see from a Superman movie, right? The ideal of Superman,
right,
was that whole thing,
and
truth, justice, and the American
and that's fair, because what they did, they went away from the dark Superman, right? But at the same time, they neutered Superman.
They neutered him, right?
Nerfed him. You can't. It's like you can't.
What is the term for that? They talk about
maybe nerf. I don't know.
But there's a term.
But anyway,
character.
It's like you can't have it both ways, right? So the Superman we got in that movie wasn't even the Superman we like. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the real one, where on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 0.
Well, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, Superdog.
You got to be kidding me.
No, Superdog was awful.
Krypto.
Krypto.
Yeah.
And yes.
But we're going to learn about that, I think, in the Supergirl movie.
We can see.
But you're right. He was
a terrible dog. And again,
he saved the day.
That's I'm a terrible dog owner. My dogs are not well behaved.
Yeah.
But I expect more from Superman. Right,
Krypto.
I don't blame the dog, blame the owner.
And we're going to learn about
See, I got it wrapped around because now we can go into Supergirl.
Well, so we're going to close that out on Superman. The other thing about the Superman movie was what was it, Mr. Fantastic? What was he?
He was the best part.
Yeah, I'm saying he was good. I look forward to seeing him again.
Guy. Yeah,
and then and then what's his name as the Green Lantern shows up?
Nathan Fillion, and we talked a lot about for Firefly.
Yeah.
And I guess he that was a good portrayal. Again, I'm not a big fan of Green Lantern, so I don't know. There was multiple Green Lanterns.
I like the Green Lantern from the 60s and 70s, and again, I tapped out after that. So
I got you. Yeah.
But the whole Hal Jordan, all that kind of stuff back in the day, and I was one of the few people maybe that actually liked the Green Lantern movie that had our
Ryan Reynolds.
You
liked it? Okay.
I actually liked that movie. Which now, if you've heard that part, you're going to discount. You're going to discount everything I say about any movie from now on.
All your hits on me.
Yeah. So,
I don't remember being.
So a zero though, man, dude. No redeeming qualities in this movie.
It's just so.
I can see where you get there.
Yeah.
I can see where you get there because look, the Jor-El thing just about does it for me, because that's just you're changing the fundamental underpinnings of the story when you do that.
For me, it was the badly behaved dog.
Well, okay, now, so that tees up. Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna
go to Supergirl.
We'll go to Supergirl in the trailer that we just watched, and look, the Krypto story. We're gonna, because she's chaotic, and we talk about how
I don't know anything about Supergirl as a comic book character.
Well, there's you pick think of a way you would like Supergirl to be portrayed, and it has existed in time.
Okay,
she is
good. I'm good with that.
She is the most inconsistent of the superheroes.
So I'm going off of what they portray at the end of the Superman movie, which again, the only thing I've ever given.
Which so far is the best, the Supergirl I like the most of all of them.
I haven't watched. I thought they do there was a television show that was supposedly pretty. I haven't watched.
Yeah, I stopped watching it for reasons. I watched maybe the part of the first season.
Okay, and that's the recent one.
And then I didn't stay with it.
Well, anyway, I don't care that she's kind of like, she's an Instagram girl, right? She goes to we have a red yellow sun?
How do you call that an Instagram girl? She's going to get drunk at Red Sun Planets.
That's her thing.
I spent a lot of time on Instagram. I haven't seen a drunk woman on there yet.
Is it an OnlyFans girl?
No, it's not OnlyFans.
I don't know.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Look, that she wants to go out and party and get drunk. It just bothers me.
Yeah, but it's because of her backstory. Can you pick up on any of it in the trailer that you saw?
So
and again, I don't know this
you
part.
You want superheroes that I'm fine with the anti-hero, or they have issues.
She's a PTSD superhero. This is the problem. Let me tell you a little bit, okay? Because I had to learn a little bit too. Because this is not the Supergirl I ever knew.
Sure.
All right, but there is a graphic novel series that this movie is based on. And this Supergirl actually lived through and witnessed the destruction of her planet. That the city that she was in had a protective force field around it. So they were like broke free from the planet. And so evidently what we're going to see is some flashbacks that tell us about how bad that was, etc. And I guess her parents or somebody put her in a rocket and sent her away. But by the time they do that, she's like a teenager or something. And has the puppy with her. She finds the puppy, there. And so when she finally gets, because of some kind of hiccup in space-time or whatever, when she finally gets, she's older than Superman as far as timeline.
Okay, yeah.
But this one is. That. But she winds up getting to Earth about the time, I think Clark is a young adult. Or something, if I remember. I could be wrong.
Okay, we'll see.
Because I don't want to spoil it completely for myself, but I just wanted to know the overarching thing. So she's got all this PTSD from the fact that she personally had to deal with the destruction of Krypton versus Clark just learning about it. Right.
And he was sent away as
a
baby.
So she went through all that suffering and the destruction of her home world. Okay. And so that's why she's got this drinking problem. And that's why she goes to all these planets with the red sun, because it allows her to get drunk. All right. So that's kind of her story. And like I said, there have been any type of characterization of a Supergirl that you can think of has happened. But one of the things that typically happens is they've been highly sexualized, right? especially I want to say during maybe the 90s, 80s, 90s, into the first century. They really leaned into even her outfits and everything else. It was highly sexualized. So what I like about this one is she looked like a normal girl. You know what I'm saying? A normal young woman. And so I'm interested to see how they play it out.
So let's go here. That's the part I would want to say. So I'm a little confused because it's Superdog, but the trailer makes
Krypto.
it sound
It's
Krypto.
not. It's Krypto. Yeah.
Well, okay.
All right.
But Superdog gets hurt. That's what's this movie seems to be set around, that she's trying to save Krypto.
Yeah. And
we'll see.
I picked up on that too. See, what happens is the bad guy in the movie, and you see this, you have to know a little bit off camera, so to speak, but you see in the trailer, that's her ship. Okay? And the bad guys commandeer her ship. And so the bad guy's standing in the doorway of her ship, and Krypto goes running up towards him, barking, and he shoots him with some kind of poison that's going to take 3 days to kill him. So and evidently he carries the antidote on him as a person.
Okay. Oh, so you know a lot more about this story.
Well, that's even actually in the trailer, because she says that they carry the antidote on them as a person, and he's got 3 days.
Okay.
So essentially the setup is the only thing she loves in the universe is going to die in 3 days.
Her emotional support dog.
They don't say that, but that's exactly what this is.
But I could see her living that trauma with the dog.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's her emotional support dog.
All right. You got street cred. I already said this earlier because I didn't want to go see Anaconda, and I ended up really enjoying
I made you go see Anaconda, and it turned out okay.
Not really, we kind of...
And we're going to do another review on that one.
So the other thing, the real positive, though, Jason Momoa is in there, and I guess the character's name is Lobo. Not familiar with the character at all, but I do love Jason Momoa. Not just because when I had long hair before my cancer with a beard, people used to tell me I look like Aquaman every week.
Yeah.
But I'm in...
No, like I said, I haven't read these graphic novels, so I'm not totally spoiled. But this is the rare case where I haven't minded getting spoiled a little bit because I'm going to enjoy it. That's
my rant on spoilers to begin with. That's why, like, very few movies are like The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense is a movie you should watch without spoilers. Right,
without getting spoiled.
But
to me, it's about the enjoyment of the experience and the execution of it and all that kind of stuff. And so far, I can tell you from the trailers that we're seeing, it gives very much a James Gunn. What are the 3 movies? Rocket and
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It gives
that's what he's trying to, the magic he's trying
to. But
then
it gave a Guardians because the soundtrack. The soundtrack, that they played in the background. It turns out, because one scene, not in this clip, not in this one, but in the teaser for this one, it's like 15 or 20 second teaser that they put out. It shows her with an iPod. So she's got all her music. She's got all the Earth music that she likes on an iPod. So it's given that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe a little bit, and it looks even like it's shot that way.
A little bit, for sure.
It gives you. So I'm looking forward to it for all those reasons.
Well, I'm looking forward just because you're my friend, and
you'll endure.
I'm not going to make you go by yourself.
You'll endure it. And I won't beat you up too much for giving Superman a 0. Really?
It pissed me off.
Truth, justice, and the American way, buddy. Come on. What are you, a commie? Giving Superman a 0?
Well, that portrayal. All right, that was fun.
That's it. Thanks.
Thanks.